What if I told you that your tight muscles may not be a stretching problem at all? That stiffness in your calves when you get out of bed, the tightness in your shoulders that never seems to go away, the hamstrings that feel like they're made of steel no matter how often you stretch, those could be warning signs. Not warning signs of aging. Not warning signs that you're simply out of shape. But warning signs that your body is missing something it desperately needs. Most people respond to muscle tightness the same way. They stretch. And stretch. And stretch some more. Yet the tightness keeps returning. Why? Because tight muscles are often a symptom, not the root cause. Today, you'll discover what your muscles may be trying to tell you, why stretching alone often fails, and the hidden deficiencies and daily habits that could be keeping your body locked in a cycle of stiffness. By the end of this video, you'll have a completely different understanding of what muscle tightness really means, and some of the answers may surprise you. Think about the last time a muscle felt unusually tight. Maybe it was your neck after a long day, your lower back when getting out of a chair, your calves in the middle of the night, or your hamstrings during a simple walk. Most of us assume that tightness means the muscle needs to be stretched. It sounds logical. If something feels tight, make it longer. Problem solved. Except that's not always how the human body works. In fact, many movement specialists have discovered that muscles can feel extremely tight even when flexibility isn't the real issue. Sometimes a muscle feels tight because it's weak. Sometimes because it's overworked. Sometimes because it's lacking nutrients. And sometimes because it's trying to protect you. Imagine carrying a heavy suitcase for several hours. Your hand grips harder. Your forearm becomes tense. Eventually everything feels tight and uncomfortable. The muscle isn't necessarily short. It's exhausted. Your body res. One creates the contraction. The other helps create relaxation. When magnesium levels are inadequate, muscles may struggle to fully relax. Over time, that can contribute to stiffness, cramping, twitching, and persistent tension. Some people notice it as calf cramps during the night. Others experience restless legs. Some simply feel tight all the time despite stretching regularly. The challenge is that modern diets often provide less magnesium than people realize. Highly processed foods tend to contain much lower levels than whole foods, while stress itself may increase the body's demand for magnesium. Foods such as pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, black beans, avocados, and other leafy greens are among the richest natural sources. For many people, improving magnesium intake can make a noticeable difference in muscle comfort and recovery. But magnesium is only part of the story. Another surprisingly common issue is dehydration. When people hear the word dehydration, they often picture extreme situations: athletes collapsing in the heat, long hikes without water, or serious illness. Yet even mild dehydration can influence how your muscles feel. Muscles contain a large amount of water. Every contraction depends on proper fluid balance. Every electrical signal depends on proper hydration. Every movement relies on a carefully controlled balance of fluids and electrolytes. When hydration begins to drop, muscles become less efficient. They may fatigue more quickly. They may become more prone to cramping. And they may feel noticeably stiffer. The problem is that many people rely entirely on thirst as their guide. But thirst is not always an early warning system. By the time you feel thirsty, your body may already be compensating for reduced fluid levels. If you frequently experience tight muscles, especially during hot weather, after exercise, or after long periods without drinking water, hydration deserves attention. Sometimes the simplest explanation is the correct one. Yet perhaps the most overlooked cause of muscle tightness isn't what people are doing. It's what they're not doing, moving. Modern life has transformed how humans spend their days. Many people wake up and sit for breakfast, sit in a car, sit at work, sit during lunch, sit on the drive home, and then sit in front of a television or computer. Hours pass with very little meaningful movement. The human body was never designed for this pattern. Muscles thrive on movement. Joints thrive on movement. Blood circulation thrives on movement. When muscles remain in the same position for hours at a time, they begin adapting to that position. Blood flow decreases. Connective tissues become less mobile. The nervous system becomes less responsive. Everything starts to feel stiff. This explains why someone can spend an entire day sitting and still feel physically exhausted. The body craves movement the way plants crave sunlight. Even brief walking breaks can help. Standing periodically can help. Gentle mobility exercises can help. The goal isn't perfection. It's simply reminding the body that it was designed to move. Now let's talk about another missing ingredient that many people overlook entirely: protein. Your muscles are not static structures. They're constantly breaking down and rebuilding every day, every week, every year. This rebuilding process requires raw materials, and protein provides those materials. Without enough protein, muscle repair becomes less efficient. Recovery slows. Strength can decline. And muscles may become more vulnerable to fatigue and tension. This becomes increasingly important with age. Beginning around middle age, many adults gradually lose muscle mass over time. Scientists refer to this process as sarcopenia. The loss often happens slowly enough that people don't notice it at first. They simply feel weaker, less energetic, less stable, and sometimes stiffer. And temporarily calm the nervous system. The issue is that stretching isn't always addressing the underlying cause. Imagine a warning light appearing on your car dashboard. Covering the light doesn't fix the problem. It only hides the symptom. Similarly, stretching can reduce the sensation of tightness while the real issue remains unresolved. If dehydration is contributing to the problem, stretching won't fix dehydration. If weakness is contributing to the problem, stretching won't build strength. If poor sleep is contributing to the problem, stretching won't replace recovery. That's why so many people find themselves trapped in a frustrating cycle. They stretch every day. They experience temporary relief. Then the tightness returns again and again. The body keeps repeating the message because the root cause has not been addressed. So what do healthy muscles actually need? They need movement. They need hydration. They need minerals. They need protein. They need circulation. They need recovery. And they need strength. Think of muscle health like maintaining a thriving garden. You can't pour water on a garden while ignoring sunlight, soil quality, and nutrients. Everything works together. The same principle applies to the human body. No single habit creates healthy muscles. Healthy muscles are the result of multiple systems working together. The good news is that small improvements often create significant results. If you found this detailed explanation helpful, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more honest health advice, and comment below with: how many eggs do you currently eat daily?